What's going on, everyone? Alex Da Silva, happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well. Welcome to another daily dose of happiness. How was your day today? How have you been? As I've promised, I want to check in with you guys every single day. I want to see how you are, what's going on for you, if there is anything that I can do, can I be of service, and just to say hello, just to make sure that you guys are okay. So Ruby's just, she has a habit of grabbing all of my books, and I don't want her to rip them. Come and say hello. Say hello. Yeah. So I wanted to just check in with you guys, just to see how everything is, whether you guys need anything, if anybody has any questions, if you're struggling from a mental health perspective, mental awareness, mental well-being, and just to be of service. What did you do today? What did I do today? I try to, every single day, to have a productive day, somehow. Whether it's whether it's going out training, whether it's doing some work, whether it's doing a live video, whether it's calling somebody, speaking to someone. For me, I always want to try and do something. I want to be able to try and be of service and to try and help somebody wherever I can. And it helps me more than anything else. I've always found that being of service to somebody else, selfishly, it really, really helps me. And as you can see, look, I'm collecting books. As she takes them off the shelf, I just keep collecting them. And Lucy's watching this, so she's laughing because she knows this is what Ruby does. And the reason, I love doing this stuff because it helps me. We're in a tough situation at the moment where we're isolating, or quarantine, I think is a better word. But within the guidelines, we are still allowed to go out. It's been a beautiful day today, so I did go out and train. And this has been my routine. So every morning, what I do for myself is I have gratitude and I practice affirmations. The first piece of gratitude, the first piece of affirmation that I have is I always say to myself, I love my life. So as soon as I open my eyes, the first thought in my head is I love my life. And why do I say that? It's because I hated my life before. I hated being alive. I hated being around. I was so resentful with everything and everyone. And I started to realize just recently, this is something I've only been doing recently, although I practice gratitude and affirmations throughout my day, I wanted to take it to the next level. I wanted to make sure that, what can I do for myself every single day? How can I not be happy, because happy's temporary, but how can I start to find fulfillment every day? How can I start to just accept the day for what the day is going to be and not to label it as good or bad? So I started to really understand. The more and more I study, the more and more I read. As you can tell, I enjoy reading, I enjoy listening to audiobooks, and I started to realize that everything surrounds, our mindset. How we think dictates our behaviors, because, if we're thinking a certain way, the way that we action is going to dictate that. So if you think positively, you're going to behave and your actions are going to be positive. If you think negative, well, your actions and your behaviors are going to be negative. So I started to realize that in order for me to continuously grow as an individual, what I had to do is to change my mindset. So that's why I do that every day. So the first thing is I hit my brain with that positivity. And listen, it takes practice. It takes practice. It's not something that you just get overnight. And and as I said, I've been, I wouldn't say force myself, but I've been holding myself accountable every single day to say these two things. So first thing is, I love my life. And that's an affirmation. That's me just confirming to my brain is I absolutely love my life. And why do I say that? Even when I don't, I still say it. Why? Because I want my brain, I want the positive side of my brain to realize that everything is okay, that I am absolutely fine, that we're going to have a great day regardless, and let's just do this. So by saying that is I'm washing myself, I am completely filling myself with positivity, and I repeat that, over and over again. Then the next thing is just gratitude. All I say is just thanks for another day. I keep looking behind me just to make sure Ruby's okay. And by just being thankful that is such a huge thing. There she is. That's such a huge thing, you know, to be able to just be grateful for life. And I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my daughter. There she is.
What up, dudes?
So listen, this is the stuff that this is the reason why I always say these two things. You know, I say those two things. I love my life and I thank God, higher power, universe, whatever you believe in. This is just for me. I say those two things because straight away, again, I'm feeding myself positivity. And then as we go about the day, Lucy and I take turns, but we practice meditation. I do that every single day, or as much as we possibly can with an 18-month-old. And it's phenomenal to be able to do that, because especially where we are right now, and I've been practicing this for a number of years. Lucy and I, we've been doing this for a number of years now. And the reason we do this stuff is because we know the benefits to it. And I don't just do it when, you know, when things are bad, or I do it when I need a little boost. I do it every day. Why? Because I've learned that if you start to do something and as soon as you stop, you go back to zero. It's like, you know, if you're practicing fitness, you know, let's use fitness as an example. You're starting to, you know, you practice fitness, and all of a sudden you don't go to the gym for a week. What's up, Drew? What happens? All of a sudden you feel like absolute crap. You feel like you haven't been to the gym for a month. But then all of a sudden your body kind of gets back into it and you get back into that rhythm. So it's exactly the same thing. You have to continuously do something for yourself every single day. And the reason I do those things is because it rewards me in every shape, you know, in every way possible. Healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit. So I do that in the morning, because then the rest of my day I can put other things into practice. So that's in the morning. Breakfast, get the baby ready, you know, and she loves watching Dougie, as you can see, you know, in the background. Hello everybody that, you know, is coming and going and joining. I then just go out about my day. What's up, Els? Good to see you, brother. I hope you're well. So what I then do is throughout the day I do my work. I'm working now, and I wanted to take a bit of time just to be able to talk to you guys. And I then go and train. What's up, Mikey? Good to see you, brother. I hope you are well. And I do this stuff because I want to make sure that I have you know, my routine. You know, we've been thrown out of our routine, so now I want to make sure that I keep finding that routine for myself. That I've got something that I can do every single day. So what I've done is I've created a new routine around this COVID-19, you know, but also within the guidelines, being able to do this stuff safely, being able to do this stuff, you know, that it's keeping not just myself, but my wife and, you know, and my daughter and everybody else around us as well. So comes to lunchtime, I've done some work, comes around lunchtime, we want to get out of this, because we're in the flat as well. We don't have a house or a garden yet, but we get out for an hour at least. So we go out, we do our workouts, we do CrossFit. We've been doing that for a number of years, and the box that we're part of, you know, we've got workouts online, and we go on Zoom and everybody gets to do it together. So that's nice because we have that community. So doing the workouts, again, it's a healthy body thing. And being able to eat healthily and to be able to kind of nourish myself. That's so important. I think people misunderstand, and people think it's a bit, excuse my language, but people think it's wanky. Oh, you know, exercising, meditation, mindfulness, gratitude, all of that all sounds a bit wanky. It sounds wanky because you've never done it. It sounds wanky because, you know, your ego's telling you that it is. And that was my perception around this stuff before. You know, I used to think it was all a little bit flowery, and I thought, how's this stuff ever going to work for me? But as soon as I started practicing these things every single day, including my training, I started to realize and see a huge shift, not just in the way I'm thinking, but the way I look after myself, you know, nutrition. Look, I'm such a geek, I've got a protein shake, you know, and I drink tons of water, and I try to eat as you know, as best as I can. I love chocolate, so I've been eating chocolate as well. Whilst we're here, probably a lot more than what I would. So I get into that routine. So I go do some training, do some exercise. My training session today was unexpected. I wanted to do the workout that they put up. I just couldn't get into it and I got annoyed. So instead what I did, I went to a park around the corner and I ended up doing, so this was my workout, I didn't realize until afterwards, but it was a 1.5 mile run. And then it was 50 bench dips, 100 push-ups and 150 squats. And I was wearing a 10-kilo vest. And then to finish the workout, I did the 1.5 mile run. So in total, I did about 5K. I forgot to time it as well, which was a bit silly. And then I came home, did what I needed to do. Lucy's been working with some clients online. So I took Ruby out, went back to that park and just took a nice walk, and it was a beautiful day. She's been in the house all day, so I wanted to take her out so she can run around and, you know, and play. And why am I sharing this with you? Why am I sharing my day? Is because I'm doing these things safely. I'm doing these things to keep myself in the best possible shape, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because the position that we are right now, I talked about this yesterday. I was doing a live podcast, and Lucy and I were talking about it as well. Listen, we have never ever been hit with something like this. We've had recessions, we've had things happen, you know, but I know for a fact I was never in a World War I or II, you know, and I know that we've kind of experienced, you know, wars, but a lot of these things have been abroad, so nothing's ever been brought in our backyard. Now these things are happening to us in our backyard, and I you know, a police car drove because I had obviously a 10-kilo vest on, and it looks like you know, one of those like a bulletproof vest. So they probably thought, what the hell's this guy doing running around a park? And but even yesterday we went for a walk and there was police around, and they're having to now police what we're starting to do because people aren't following the guidelines. People aren't looking after themselves properly. People aren't keeping the distance. And the reason I'm sharing this is because, look, we are allowed to do certain things, but we've got to make sure we're looking after ourselves. So I just wanted to check in to see how you are all doing, whether I can do anything. I've been banging on, and I will keep doing this every single day, and I will keep asking. My goal is to help as many people as I possibly can. There is nothing in it for me other than just making sure that you are okay and you are not struggling on your own. You are not suffering in silence, because now more than ever, before mental health was a huge issue. Hey Hendrik, good to see you, man. I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're well. And I want to be able to really be of service. I think that's the only way to really share it, you know, and it's a huge passion for me. And now, as I keep repeating, more than ever, I know so many people who are going to be struggling, and it's going to be so hard to reach out and say, look, I need help, because that is one of the toughest things to say. But don't let your pride and your ego get you into more and more trouble, you know. Or if you know of somebody that is struggling and they need that support, then connect us, let me know, you know, we'll do whatever we can. You know, I'm a mental health coach, Lucy's a psychotherapist, so we can do whatever we can. And where we are very different in what we do is we really connect with people. You know, we bring our personal and professional experiences around this stuff. You know, we've been through it ourselves. So for us, you know, there's a lot of personal into this as well, isn't it? Into making sure that just as a nation, as a world, we're keeping in a good place, you know, and we're staying connected. So make sure that you call people. I spoke to my mum this morning. I wanted to mention communication, and I think it's important for us to communicate. Yeah, listen, I enjoy the silence as well, Hendrik. Trust me, sometimes it is nice to have that time on your own, and it is important. But I think just be mindful that we're not isolating too much, and things sometimes can, you know, there is that very fine line that sometimes we can cross. So as long as you're doing it safely, then yeah, why not? I think this is it's a great point, by the way. It's a really, really great time for us to get to know who we are. It's so important right now for us to get to know who we are. I think we've run away from us so much that we kind of miss, or we don't get to know who we are as individuals. But this, more than ever, is going to be a time where I saw a post come up where you're either going to sit in fear, you know, or you're going to kind of join the negative gang, or you're going to use this as personal growth, and you're going to keep growing. You know, I always say, learn, grow, develop. Learn, grow, develop. Whatever happens in life, especially something like this more than, you know, this is an incredible time for you to be able to do that. Start with yourself and then ripple effect into everything else you're doing. Work opportunities, your gift. I always talk about, we all have these incredible gifts, whether it's drawing, painting, singing, writing, whatever it might be, speaking. Channel those gifts, because those gifts always pay off. And I know so many people that hate what they do, but yet they continue to do it, and unfortunately that rabbit hole just gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and people fall into stress, depression, so on and so forth. So really use this time for yourself, for your personal growth and development. So I'm going to stop rambling. I just wanted to kind of check in really quickly, but I end up going on a tangent. So look, guys, I hope you're well. Have an amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, be great, be fantastic, and be absolutely phenomenal. Keep yourself safe, look after yourself. Make sure you do get out and do some exercise or go for a walk. Do something, but make sure you're doing it safely and you're doing it well. You're doing it for yourself, most importantly. I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing one. Take care.